I'm going to look at the ProSeries and the E2 hitch by Fastway, including, as well as that, the sort of hitching, maybe the hitching mechanism that's on the escape trailer. A lot of people get concerned about hitches, so I'm going to go through a couple of things here. First of all, I'm going to start off with the ProSeries hitch. So this is the ProSeries hitch. Here's pretty much all the pieces that come with it. There are some great reviews of this hitch on the eTrailer website or the eTrailer YouTube page, and they go through a lot of the features of this particular hitch. So this particular hitch does not come from us with a ball on it, so you'd have to have your own ball, and we require a 2-inch ball. We'll talk about that when we go and have a look over here at the actual assembly. This part of the assembly. The ProSeries is a weight distribution hitch only. It does not provide sway control, and the weight distribution, as we know, essentially load balances between the trailer and the vehicle. So it will seek to distribute the weight between the two more evenly. So a nice feature to have is something like the weight distribution hitch from ProSeries. The way this one typically works is this is mounted onto the rails on the trailer. So it'll be mounted on somewhere like here in place, and then you would pull this down. The chain will come on and will hook on underneath here, and then you'll have a bar. The chain comes on, hooks up underneath here. We have the bar. You lift it up with the chain in place. You put a pin through, and that locks the assembly in place. The chain is attached to the bar first, so that you put the bar in, chain on. This is mounted to the rail, and we get this lever onto it, pull it up, comes over center, pin goes through, and there your weight distribution is coming down through the chains. You can adjust the tension by simply putting it onto a different link within the chain, and that's how this particular hitch works as a weight distribution hitch. So you can see very, very little to do on the trailer. On the back end here, drawbar. So this extension bar here will fit through the hitch of your trailer, and then slots in here. And this is why it's very important for us to know the hitch height. So from the bottom of the receiver to the ground, so that we can see which way this needs to be set up to accommodate your vehicle. So hitch height is very important. If you're getting one of these and you want us to have this set up for you. So that is the ProSeries. Lots of information about this online. Quickly jump over now to the E2, which is the trademark name for this E2 hitch. So it's E2 by Fastway, or the Fastway E2 hitch. This one is different. This hitch does both load balancing or load equalization and sway control at the same time. So this is probably the most popular hitch that we sell. These pieces here will attach around the frame, just like on the last one. You can see in this picture here. So they will attach around the frame. Okay, so they attach around the frame. Your bars, always with the picture up. So your bars slide in here. And it really is kind of, and that comes down. That simple. The bars come in, and then to get the bars in place, they give you a lever arm. So you would then take your lever arm, get the bar pretty much in place. We'll take the lever arm, and then we'll lever this up into position. And then there's a fitting that slides down here, comes over the top of this. You can see it here, and that locks it in place. And then that gives you some friction control for anti-sway. This one comes with the ball And all escape trailer will need a 2-inch ball. This one comes with that ball, which we will put in and torque up for you. So in this configuration, you can see this assembly here, this cast assembly, including the bar at the back, can be removed from your vehicle. So it's a very simple slide in. So we have people asking us, do they need to bring torque wrenches and different things if they're buying the E2 Fastway from us and they're having the trailer delivered, or they're collecting it from Sumas? And the answer is no. You simply slide this assembly into the back of your vehicle, then you can attach the arms, and then you would lever them up onto the mounts that we attach to the trailer for you. We attach these to the trailer for you. Now, something we get a lot of questions about this one. This is the standard length that comes with the E2, the Fastway E2. Typically, we don't know what your hitch height is until we don't know until you tell us. And it's something that it seems to come late in the process after people decide they want to have this hitch. So if your hitch is the wrong height for this attachment, then you will need the longer attachment to come on. Okay, and this longer attachment is different, is not included in this assembly here. So we buy this entire assembly. This is what it comes like, and then we have to buy this separately. So if your hitch height is not sufficient or insufficient, you'll need to buy one of these as well. Okay, so that kind of explains what's going on with this guy. Now, actually, I might leave that in there because this is the front of the trailer.
Let's also that on a trailer very quickly, so you can see that. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, this is the front of the trailer. This latching mechanism is actually quite simple. It's up and forwards, and then lock and pin through. Okay, and that's where you need to be. Now, underneath, you can see there's a plate here, and this plate slides back and forwards. And what this plate is doing is it's catching the ball. Now, the ball needs to be all the way in. If the ball's all the way in, it'll slide underneath the ball and lock in place, and then it's in place, and you're properly hitched and it will not come out, especially if you have your pin through here. What does happen sometimes with people is they get the ball kind of in, but not all the way in, and they'll push this closed, and this will happen, and it's not in place. Right? That's why it's really important to get on the jack on the front of the trailer, and you'll pull the trailer up. But you might not be able to see this. You lift the trailer up, okay? And if the trailer is coming away from this, then you're obviously not in. So that's your surefire way, is to lift the trailer up if you're in any doubt whether this is engaged or not. So, example here. Whoops, it's really tricky to do. Like this, there. And then captured. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's pretty quick explanation of the different types of hitches we provide and what they do. Talk through these. Yeah, more from what they are and how they operate. Okay. And how to operate them, load them up. I talked about pulling the bars on and off on that one, and we talked about the hitch part. Okay. On the front of the trailer, that part. So they would show it upside down and.
Perfect. So you know how to
get
it in there.
Right. You see a lot of people. That's what people just can't seem to get a head around the latch.
Right. So it just has to be the right amount of weight on there, just as the weight is going onto the truck or the tow vehicle is when you push it forward. Yeah. A lot of people want to put a bar on there, they want to pry it, or they're trying to get it down, they're hitting it. Right. All you're doing is wrecking it. So another thing that some of the customers have an issue with is when they're backing into a campsite. Okay. They backed in, the weight of the trailer's on it, so you're pushed forward like that. Right. You'll never get this up. Right. So you basically got to put the vehicle in neutral, release that tension so there's nothing there, and now you can start jacking up. Yeah. Because of these teeth on the bottom. You're either, if the ball's pushing against this or pushing against this, you'll never release it.
Yeah.
If you ever have, you never pry on it, never bang it down. There's an issue. You got back pressure, pull pressure,
right?
Or you just don't have enough weight.
Is that the simplest way to say it? If you have to put more than gentle hand pressure on this, then you've either got too much weight going that way, too much load going that way, or what was the other one?
Well,
so it's either jammed this way or it's jammed this way.
That's right.
Yeah.
And or if you put the whole weight of the trailer on this and then try and move it forward,
it won't move either, right? So then you're like, it's pushed on sort of like this, and you can't operate it because
if you have all the weight trailer, now you have all the weight of the trailer on here.
Yeah.
So you're physically trying
you're trying to move the whole trailer with that little lever arm, and that ain't gonna work.
That's why you see some people, they'll push on their car a bit and it releases that pressure.
Yeah.
So never have to force it.
So I think that's probably if there's a key message, it's if you're having to force this, then something's wrong. And it's not that there's something wrong with your trailer, it's that you've either got too much load pulling the vehicle away from the trailer, or trailer pushing into the vehicle, or too much weight down on it. So it's all to do with the load that you've got, which is binding this up inside here in some way.
Also, with the E2, you want to make sure the bars come off first.
Right.
Had a couple customers in the past. They're like, my trailer hitch will not come off, but they still have the bars.
So the bars on. So you still have all that. So that comes back to your whole thing of but you got a whole lot of load up on there, and you can't.
You can't. It's holding this
jammed
against there. So just follow the steps in the process.
Yeah, and you'll be fine. We'll do a little bit more on this when we get some time here over the next little bit. We'll do some more on this one with an actual vehicle. But I think this gives people a good primer, and Harrison's going to take this highlight reel and stitch it out.